And we are back with that weird countdown music, Chad. What was that?
I don't know that this whole software was jacked up from the get here. And it was acting weird the other day, and then Brendan and Borg were using it, and
Yeah, let's
I didn't
blame
plan
them.
properly, so that's on me.
Yeah, let's blame them. I like that. I like that.
Well, I wasn't blaming them. I'm just that I didn't
No, you
plan
can. It's
properly.
fine. It's fine.
You
Yeah.
saw that I was like doing it last second, like, oh, we got 30 seconds. And I was like, I'm
Perfect.
gonna open my Gmail. Anyway,
Perfect. Hey,
welcome
well,
back, everybody.
yeah. Welcome back to the Jack Rabbit Illustrated podcast. This is the A team here tonight. We are missing Dallas, so kind of the A minus team tonight, I think. I'm a little under the weather, so this is going to be like my Jordan game, I think, here. And I'm going to give you all I got for this podcast here. Chad's going to have to carry us, I think, across the finish line. So
We are out of luck.
hey, so
We
Chad,
run fast and loose when we don't have Dallas to keep us on the rails because I
yeah,
just
exactly,
off.
exactly. Chad, you want to talk about Kubota?
Kubota, man, together we do more. That's their new slogan, and I'll tell you what, I do more with that Kubota in less time. That lawnmower is out there kicking tail, and I just can't wait for the snow to fly. I should shut my mouth actually on that because we don't need that much snow, but I'm excited for the winter. Gonna have to put my cab back on that thing. Kubota's got you covered if you need farm and ranch equipment or if you need heavy construction equipment. They got some of the best skid steers around. So check out your Dakota Land Kubota dealer.
There we go. Hey, and our show sponsor, got to shout out Hadrick Ranch. Just had a chuck roast about Hadrick Ranch. Absolutely delicious. Had the game day burger at Cubby's, another one of our sponsors. Last week in Brookings. Probably get another one this Saturday when I go. Absolutely delicious, and they can ship beef bundles to you wherever you live in the continental U.S., or they can deliver it for you if you live in South Dakota. It seems like they travel around the state a little bit.
Would you
absolutely
look
delicious.
at what I had for supper?
Did you have that? That looks really good.
I just had that. It was fantastic.
Man.
Sorry.
Yeah. Thank you, Hadrick Ranch, for your support. This is the most, or not the most, but a delicious partnership that we're having with you. So thank you, Hadrick Ranch.
We've got 2 delicious sponsors this year, which is
three
fantastic.
Cubbies? I mean,
3. Well, yeah.
Wooden legs, typical. 4. I mean,
yeah. I meant just like at home.
Everyone knows that we eat well. So, like once they see us, yeah,
I exemplify that.
Yeah. So, anyways, we are going to review the game from last night, the win over Montana State, and we're also going to look ahead to the Drake Bulldogs. Obviously, we tweeted, both Chad and I tweeted throughout the game. Rants and raves went up. I think it's kind of interesting. I think I struck on rants and raves a really good happy medium between being critical and maybe being overcritical in some people's eyes, because it was funny because the comments were like, well, I don't know, like you're being pretty picky on the 605 Hogs, or man, why aren't you complaining more about this? So
I love that you called yourself out on that, Matt.
I called myself out.
That's a total Podfather move. That's why you're the consummate professional and I'm just a wannabe.
Well, okay, so that's a good place to jump in. So, I'm excited to get some of these big defensive tackles back. I don't know how many snaps he played last night, but Logan Green, it felt like, was on the field the whole dang game. We need to get Jay Cipher back, and we need to get Mason Brousseau in there, just because those guys are both pushing 300 pounds, and that's going to allow us to give Logan a break every now and again. He played a lot of snaps.
He did, and he was very effective, even against the double team. I mean, he split that one double team and got it. Well, split is maybe not quite the right terminology, but he beat a double team, got a sack. Wolfkale Holstein, Aaron Wolfkale Holstein, he did an excellent job. The double nickels guy there, man. He had a great game as well, and I think he was probably spelling him at some points and playing alongside of him at some points. The D line, Not much negative we can say about them, guys. They played their tails off, and
Mhm.
I, I can't say anything bad about them at all. I mean, I think we're being super nitpicky if we find even one thing to say that they did not correctly, because they dominated that line of scrimmage
Yep.
nearly every single play. And even when they didn't, they were getting, it wasn't a line of scrimmage, it was out on the edge where they don't have any, where they can't do anything. I guess the
Yep.
worst part of the chain gang yesterday was we come back from technical difficulties to find, you know, Kirshenman laying on the ground after he makes a wicked tackle and spun around and appeared to have somewhat of a shoulder issue. And I do not think we saw him back in the game. I don't recall seeing him the rest of the way. And that's probably the biggest negative for that
Mhm.
group.
Yeah, I'm really curious because when they cut to commercial, they were kind of had his arm up like this and they were rotating stuff. Like I don't know what that means. I'm sure they were checking everything. But who knows? Like he'd be a huge loss because him and Rip have just had an amazing start to the season. Kevin Spellman played well. Blake Leiferman played well in sub for that. Nick Wells played really well. It is
Yes,
so
he
good
did.
to see him on the field. We talked about that last week. But man, he just plays with his hair on fire. So just a fun player to watch. Yeah, I agree, Chad, though. Like that chain gang, I don't think there's anything really we can complain about. We just need some guys to get back and get healthy. And I think hopefully we can do that over the next 3 weeks here.
Yeah, I think some of what makes that group so effective in the bigger games in the valley. So let's talk about NDSU in particular is the ability to be able to rotate, keep guys
Yes.
fresh, and not really drop off. From play to play, you rotate one or two, three guys out, or one or two guys out, and you don't have that
Mhm.
drop offs to speak of, and the guy gets a breather and he comes back and plays harder, and you can wear down that offensive line because typically, other teams aren't going to have a line change on the offensive line. So,
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I think Rip, one of those plays, Adam Jones had kind of busted out and Rip chased it down, 10 yards down the field. Like, I know the coaches had mentioned like his conditioning improvement from January till now. And it's not like he was in bad shape before, but they just said he's just a machine. And I guess he got to kind of showcase it right there. So that was pretty cool.
yeah, Rip had that. What did he have? He had that heads up, that tip drill play, which
Yep. Yep.
I don't know that defensive ends typically participate in a tip drill, but holy cow, dude, come down with that ball. That was
Well,
a
yeah.
pivotal part of the whole game.
And they called it a fumble recovery, which
Yeah,
is fine. Like I mean, the
call
receiver
it what
must
you
have
want.
established possession, but yeah, kind of cool. I'd
I
like
think
to give him,
he caught it in the air though. He did not.
yeah, no, I'd
It
like to
didn't
give
hit
him
the
an
ground.
interception, but I think the receiver
Yeah.
must have had possession and they called it. But I mean,
I
Noah
see what
St.
you're saying.
Juice,
Yeah.
right? Like, is he the one that caused that?
Yeah.
Was that
Yeah.
St.
Noah
Juice?
St.
Yeah,
St. Juice caused that. St. Juice was all over Taco Dollar and a
yeah.
couple different plays. He played his heart out. We knew he was a talented player even last year when he didn't see the field a whole lot, I don't think. But it's good to see that guy out there, showing out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mentioned this in rants and raves, and I did want to just elaborate on it a little bit. Um, like the coaching change for him was a really good thing. I think
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
kind of gotten the injury bug label from the previous staff. I don't know if he was ever going to get necessarily a great shake from them. Don't know that for sure. But he stuck around, obviously, when all the transition happened and ended up, being able to be a major contributor this year. He's our third or fourth corner. So that's
And
really good.
apparently he was able to hang with Taco Dollar, and certain
Hey,
people said we weren't going to be able to do that one on one.
I really
Well,
liked that he retweeted that your
that's
tweet
awesome.
that Sean Anderson talking about that
Yeah.
um, from the whatever Hack City podcast, right?
Yep. Yep.
And that was just pretty cool. That he saw it, he retweeted it. So Cullen McShane, Carter wants to talk about Cullen McShane.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cole
What a
McShane
dude.
is just a machine out there. Man alive.
Mr. Football Player. Jeez.
Yeah. He just plays with so much energy and passion. And I mentioned that he was one of the guys in practice that like that I attended that was just ready to hit someone else. Started a ruckus or two. But man, it's just been fun seeing him out there playing with his hair on fire. And he's so big. He is a big player out there, and he moves really, really well. He chased Taco down the sidelines that one time, didn't he? On
Yeah.
that one
Yeah.
route where
Yeah.
they
You did.
switched over. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was pretty good.
And he destroyed that guy on their first offensive throw, just like Steve
Yes.
Anderson said, folded him in half. And I think that was Dowler,
And that was
actually.
Taco again. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He paid for most of his receptions if McShane was in the same zip code.
Yeah. And a huge shout out. I mean, they were trying what we talked about to get Taco into these situations where it's kind of like, a simulated punt return almost, right? Where he gets to get in space and get one-on-ones and try to make people miss. And they didn't let him do that at all. He had 4 receptions for 18 yards with a long of just 7 yards. And that's damn impressive for a player of his caliber because he is dangerous. He's quick. He's shifty. Both those Dowler boys, tip of the cap to him. They are tough SOBs. So, they're good players for Montana
And you
State.
saw that a little bit when he got space in the return game.
Mm-hmm.
That's something I think if we want to be critical of, we gave him a few extra yards sometimes. Sometimes it was really good. A few times, like that last possession they had going into half, we gave him way too many yards.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the guys would want to have that back.
Yep. Obviously got to shout out Joel Ullman again. He's playing great too. Great as well. 2 forced fumbles in 2 weeks. Just a guy that's in the right place at the right time. Coaches, dating back to Rodgers and stuff, when he coached the linebackers, just always talked about Joe Ullman knowing exactly what to do. And super impressive because he was a running back in high school that didn't play much defense. So he had to learn to play linebacker here. Former walk-on, again, not the most athletic guy in that room, but just someone that has studied and worked his butt off in the weight room, in the meeting room to know everything that he's responsible for on defense, and just continues to impress, just making plays. Really talented guy.
Yeah, and it was really good to get Chase Van Tol back, although we played pretty well in his absence. I'm not going to lie. You didn't see much of a drop off there when he wasn't out there, but he did make some good plays when he came back out, and I think that helped us in the stretch.
Yep.
He also had completely fresh legs come second half.
That's a really good point. Kighton played well. I think he had one play where he got folded in, I believe, on that touchdown run, and we were just overloaded. Montana State caught us in something bad there. I think Kighton was blitzing and just chose the wrong gap, and their quarterback was able to walk into the end zone basically untouched on that one. So.
And I think he had that face mask on that long first down in the first quarter too, which led to him getting in the field goal position. That kind of stuff happens.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, that kind of stuff happens. I mean, they called the game. Let's just kind of how I'm kind of all over the place with my thinking.
You're good, buddy.
I thought the game was really well officiated. Honestly, I didn't think twice about the officials. There was a few things that they could have called against us and a few things they could have called against them that they didn't. I felt it was very fair. The crowd come unglued for that one hit where the quarterback ran and our guy kind of came from behind. In the rewatch, I noticed that our guy was running, got tripped by feet, and that's how that ended up happening. And I think
just fell on him.
Yeah, he just fell on him, and I think that's why he didn't get called. So good eyes by the officials. Tip of the cap to them because they were a non-factor from my view. I feel like maybe the opposing side may not feel the same potentially, but I mean they put themselves in some positions that they shouldn't have with penalties.
Yep. But with the penalties and the referees and things like that, got to talk about our offensive line and everyone on offense and how well they did not jumping off sides or not false starting, right?
Yeah, I think we had one.
won in his big bow later in the game. But holy smokes, like in that loud of an environment, remember when they came to Brookings and their tight ends couldn't, it was more than that. It was like 8. It was like an insane number. I thought that was really cool that our offensive line, for being so new, having a brand new quarterback, in that hostile of an environment, for them to be able to hold their water and not false start, super impressive.
Yeah, especially when you consider the youth of the couple of the positions on the offensive line, the guard positions. They did really well. The one false start was caused in that end zone where all the students and the extra fans are. So I'm sure it's louder at that end of the field. I've talked to some people today about the atmosphere. Hats off to the Montana State Bobcat fans. Sounds like they had a great atmosphere. I mean, the kids were getting a little lippy. The students, they do that. You can't judge a fan base by their worst fan. And the kids definitely go into that category. So keep that in mind if you're ever at a game. Just disregard the students. Don't listen to them. Pay them no never mind.
Yep. Seth Fisher here says Q really struggled with getting off on time because he was holding off, and that hurt him a few times. We were wondering about that. Kenneth Iden is a very good defensive end for Montana State. He was, All-American, all Big Sky, that kind of guy. A ton of sacks in his career, I think 14 and a half, something like that. Very good player. Quentin Christensen is also a very good player. We know that. We know he has NFL potential. That was kind of an uncharacteristic game for him, in my opinion, and he's going to be better going forward. The noise, I agree, Seth. I think that's probably what happened. He was trying to hold his water, maybe going off of Iden's movement. I don't know. That's something that I know they've done in the past, with loud environments like that. And so I think we'll see better from Q going forward. But that was a tough environment for sure.
Well, and let's be honest. The reason I didn't play tackle is because it's so much harder than guard. You're out there on an island somewhat by yourself for him, the left side. The guy can run around you more or less, and that guy was fast. So if you don't have a tight end lined up next to you, you're kind of on your own. Plus, you got to give help to the guard next to you. So that's a difficult position. And some of that's that. If the guy's just that fast, it's hard to help out your guard and take that step out as well. So it's you're gonna get beat. Even the best tackle, I think, gets beat every once in a while. That's 100%. What I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Yep. Hey, and you mentioned tight ends here. Super excited about Braden Delahoyd. That was awesome. Great and Gannon on the opening drive. Definitely need to get them more involved, in my opinion. Dave Alpers, Jaden, Iowa transfer. Need to get him going. So I guess I'd love to see us incorporate the tight ends a little more in offense. But in order to be pass catchers, tight ends, you got to be better run blockers.
Blocking. Yeah, absolutely.
Great and Gannon got destroyed a few times on some of his run blocking. We did see Alpers, I think, got a holding call that was pretty soft. I thought it was a good pancake, personally.
It was a great pancake, actually.
Yeah. So
that's the second time that's happened in a couple of years here, that the guy just gets beat so bad that they throw a flag. Well, he obviously did something. You can't lay on the guy. Since when? That's what we were taught in high school, for Christ's sake.
So anyways, like that's the tight ends. I want to get them involved more, but I guess they have to kind of earn that experience too, or earn that privilege, right, to be out there. And a good way to do it is to be the best run blocking tight end that we have. So I don't know. That's where I'm at.
I just want to point something out, because we were picking on kind of Q. I mean, we weren't, but just so you guys all get it, we're highly critical because we know how great this team is and what they're capable of. So when they have a rare miss, it does stand out more. Q wasn't the only one that missed the block as a tackle, even. So let's just make sure we keep that, in context. And we're being pretty nitpicky on that. As a group, I think the O-line has plenty of room for improvement. The talent's there. They just gotta. I think they need a little more time together, and some more game experience on the inside will help that too, I think.
Yep. I thought it was interesting. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I thought it was itchy. My eye was itchy.
That's a Freudian slip. You were itching.
Yeah.
You thought it was interesting.
Interesting that Stone Labanowitz, who's a knucklehead, and we'll talk about that maybe later. But he said that the 605 Hogs were the best group in the FCS, and that was kind of in his post-game little
he did say
monologue that he did. I'm curious about that because he was there, he was live. I don't know how much other ball he's watched this year of other FCS programs and offensive lines, but I don't know. I think this group still has a ways to go. Like, I don't think they're anywhere close to the offensive lines of 2 or 3 years ago, in my opinion.
And they have the talent to get there, I think.
Yes, exactly. So I 100% believe that.
They can do it. They've played some stout defenses, to be fair, as well. Some of the best defenses. Now, definitely the guys in green are going, or whatever they call themselves, the Green Giants or the Purple People Eaters or something, up north are going to be the next formidable force that we see. So hopefully that, with practice comes perfection, and these guys can get better. I think they will. This whole team is still young together. And that to be 0-2 right now is huge for our season. Huge.
2-0.
Because
2-0. Yes.
Sorry, 2-0. Goodness sakes.
That's why we're here. That's why we're here for each other.
Yeah. I found that really itchy too. Anyway, I know what I meant. You know what I meant. Yeah. Being 2-0 at this point in the game, in the season where we could be 0-2.
Yes.
It wouldn't be surprising if you go back to January that we ended up 0-2 at this point. Here we are. We got Drake. We've got Mercyhurst. I mean, I just don't see a really Missouri Valley, top of the Missouri Valley quality of opponent until we get to NDSU. And that's great because these guys have all this time to become more cohesive, to build their units. And I think we're just going to, I hope we're ready for the Bison, and I hope we smack the crap out of them. I mean, I'm a fan. I can look forward. These guys got to be 1-0. Sorry, we're not running the comments as well because I'm talking, and I usually do that.
I got it. Yeah, I got it. This is a good one. Yep.
Ryan
Effling said, go ahead, Chad.
Ryan Effling says, hold them to a higher standard based on what we're used to. Absolutely. The absolutely is me obvious. Oh, geez. That's an A-team thing. Week 2 against some good D-line. Yeah, the interior linemen are just babies and getting their feet wet. Just need to be patient. That's all true. And we keep saying that the interior linemen are young, but they've done really well. I don't want people thinking that because I say they're really young, that means they haven't been performing, because they have been. And let's keep that in mind. But they'll only get better and be able to maybe help out that tackle out on an island a little bit, given the situation.
Yep. And this
run blocking's been pretty damn good.
Yes. This is a good one from Seth Fisher. We're probably up there with the most physical. We made a switch from a gap-heavy scheme to a more zone-heavy scheme, and that transition will take time to iron out issues. Very astute point there, Seth.
Very astute.
Yep. A couple other things I wanted to make sure we got to. We do need a second running back to step up and a second or third even wide receiver to step forward. I kind of felt like we'd have to watch the all 22, but just watching it live, Alex Bullock, it didn't seem like he was getting a ton of separation. A lot of the throws that did go to him were pretty contested. Could be wrong on that. Maybe Jack Smith can get open. I don't know if he has that ability. He did in the spring game, that's for sure. But yeah, I don't know. We need someone to emerge as a second option because sooner or later teams are going to take or try to take Ogroski away. I think he might be good enough uh, to dominate, even if they try to take him away. So I don't know if that's Jack Smith, if that's IGC, if that's Bullock, who it is. We'll see. It's gonna be fun.
Tim Haybeck brought up an interesting point, and I don't know if I shared it with the group, but in this age of NIL, how much do you concern yourself with burning a red shirt?
Oh, no,
it's a good point. Like, our coaches are definitely going to be on top of that, and so that's my default answer to that. But it's something I hadn't thought about, and the best man probably just needs to see the field no matter what.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's kind of what they talked about. Talking to the coaches, if they're the best, they're going to play. There's no holding back anymore on red shirts in this era where guys can transfer it's pretty easily without having to miss any time. There's no sense in holding back those red shirts, and if they're the best, they're going to play. Zach Larson asked about Landon Delaney, I'm guessing. I don't know. When I talked to coaches, his name his name was like the second one or third one brought up out of the freshmen. That Joe Kaliga out of Nebraska is one to watch. And then the big number 11 from Washington, drawing a blank on his name, the early enrollee is one to watch too. Just as guys that have that chance to probably play as freshman wide receivers. I don't think there was any plans necessarily to get them on the field. With the depth that they thought they had in this wide receiver room. So Luke Womack, that's who it is. There we go. Luke Womack.
I was just getting there. Yep. I got beat by our fans. Of course I did.
I did too.
Chad gonna admit? Do you think I need to admit I need cheater glasses? Here's the deal. My eyes screwed up in a way that glasses doesn't help. And so, well, it's true. It can make it bigger, I guess. But I'm blind as a bat. I literally have a 50-inch TV that I'm using as a monitor behind us with the resolution to set to like 640 so I can read it with my eyes open. And I put, normally I have our production up on that big screen, and today I put it back down below where I had it last year and years before. And so I'm probably squinting more than normal. I'll move that back up, and then I can read better. There you go.
Blind and Itchy. The Blind and Itchy show tonight here. Yeah.
Itchy and Scratchy show. Yeah. The singing funny. Comes free.
Yeah.
I don't know that I can, honestly.
That's funny. Do you want to shout out Chase Mason? I thought he played a good game. Really in control of the whole game, it felt like. Those passes, I mean, his accuracy on a few of those passes was awesome. It's still unbelievable how he can barely, it feels like, flip his wrist and it goes 40 yards. It's just nuts to me that someone can throw a ball like that. So
he can't put his arm into the touch passes. And he had that just dime in the end zone for the first overtime.
Yep.
It's a beaut, Clark.
No kidding. Should we get to game balls presented by Cubby's Sports Bar and Grill?
Absolutely. Oh, jeez.
This is good. All right. So Cubby Sports Bar and Grill. We talk about Cubby's all the time. One of the best places to eat in Brookings. One of our favorite places. They have the Jackrabbit Illustrated flag flying. I'm guessing with the beautiful weather we're expecting on Saturday, the patio is going to be open upstairs. So go get yourself that game day burger.
Jacked up game day burger.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they will not have garage time beer at Cubby's right now.
No.
On this batch, right, Chad?
That's right. And why is that, Matt? Why won't they have garage time beer?
Because thank you everyone for supporting that initiative so much. We're really pushing the sales record at Wooden Legs. So
So
let's
get
sell them out
there,
this weekend.
get your crawlers, and get that thing tapped out, because we're trying to force the issue with maybe getting another batch rolling.
So that was really cool. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. We've heard some good comments on it. I like it. Drank it last night during the game. And so, yeah, it's just awesome. We appreciate our friends at Cubby's. So get there before the game, get to Wooden Legs, and get some of this garage time bought up, or anything else that's delicious there. So thanks, guys. All right. So for game balls, Dallas won this one. He said Ogroski, and that's in his prediction. That's 100%. A tough one to beat. Okay.
I mean, if I'm given a game ball, I agree with almost all your picks from rants and raves, except for potentially defense, but we can get there.
Sounds good. Defensively, I don't know if any of our guys had it. You said Jaden Oliver. Dallas went with Chase Van Tol, even though he just had a half, and I went with Dante.
And okay, let's talk about that.
So I said Dante? Logan. No, I said Logan Green in rants and raves. I predicted Dante.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You said Dante, and I would want to point out that he's the one that had the game-winning stop.
Dante did.
Dante Johnson.
Really?
Number 33, not 33.
No, that 33 is Bryce Johnson.
Bryce. Oh, it's Bryce. Jeez, I got the wrong Johnson.
You got the wrong Johnson, Chad, huh?
Ron, it's open for comments. Goodness sakes. It's a B team night with me having to talk more, I guess. Yes, it was Bryce Johnson, not Dante.
Yeah. So good job. Shout out to Bryce on that. Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
But okay, my next comment about that is Jaden Oliver did have a giant play in the first half where he was going down, reached back, and caught I think it was they're running Julius's leg and saved them from getting 20, 30 yards and forced them into a punt early or kick early.
Yep.
So
you're right. That was pretty cool.
That's who I had for defense.
So Cullen McShane, I get Cullen McShane like that. I have no problem with that. Logan Green, though, just those sacks on back-to-back plays, and I think he had the tackle on the run play too. The stuff, like pretty impressive. Like I gave him a game ball on that one, but you can go McShane. I have no issues with that either. Yeah,
that's it. I mean, after the game, that's who I would have chosen. McShane.
Yep. Hey, you guys in the comments have been all over the pants with Julius. We didn't touch on it, but when that first happened, watching the game, I was like, what the heck? Like, what the heck's going on there? And you could see how uncomfortable he was trying to run off the field, like holding his pants together. That was pretty funny. I've never seen anything like that.
No, and it's a good thing it didn't happen in the 90s where guys wore just jocks underneath their pants, because good Lord Almighty, his ass cheek would have been hanging out.
Yeah, no doubt. That was pretty funny. We mentioned Joe Ullman, Johnny. We talked about St. Juice. 100%. Like, yeah, we have so many guys that we could talk about. But again, like Logan Green as a defensive tackle that played a shit ton of snaps, probably more than he's ever played in his life in a single game. Jeez, what's going on out there? Like he's the game ball winner in my opinion. And Chad, I got to give you your flowers. You had the closest score, 27-21. So, hey, not bad, buddy.
Close. If it wasn't 2 OTs, maybe it would have been different. But if that field goal actually did go through, boy, that was tough to tell. I'm going to default to the refs because they get it right under the pole, and then they don't, and they're right under the pole. But on TV, boy, it looked like it went right over the pole, didn't it?
Yeah, that was very questionable. We didn't even touch on special teams. Max Pelham, you get 2 thumbs up for your punting ability, but like a half a punt down or a half thumb down for whatever the heck that was. I think he had some guys miss blocks. I don't know if some guys got the right call. I don't know about kicking a rugby punt there. Like the whole thing was disjointed, and will never get the full story of what actually was supposed to happen that play, but it wasn't good from the jump.
But it looked like it was planned to be a rugby punt, and that doesn't make any sense, seeing as how he had like a 49-yarder right before that, going the opposite direction. Why would you rugby punt out of your own end zone unless that's how you always punt, which he obviously does not normally, or at least I didn't think he did. I think he punts traditionally, doesn't he? Normally? He's a great punter. Stuff happens. It's really terrible that we handed him 7 points that way. It was a mistake on our part. You know, the Montana State fans, we did the same thing. Yeah, except for we forced a punt block, which is different than a unforced error. So, and the end of the rant on that. But
yeah. So, like Pat and Seth are pointing out here, like, again, this is what I'm talking about. We don't know for sure. Like, someone missed some calls along the way. So it just like it was not good. So, a new subscriber. Look at this.
Oh, sorry.
Hello, hey, Raphael. There we go.
I think he was on the Borg show last night. He might be a Montana State fan.
Awesome. Well, welcome.
Oh,
good. Another Montana State fan. Perfect. What else? What else have people been talking about?
Well, Casey Larson had that block punt that we kind of talked about. I think he's number 44. He's a freshman, is he not? What did we just do there? I don't think I need to have the screen, but what an amazing effort play that was. I think the coaches definitely saw something on film. They talked about it during the broadcast and took full advantage of that. So heads up, or thumbs up to the coach, and thumbs up to Mr. Larson. You get the game ball.
Dallas, there we go.
Hey guys, thought I'd jump in for a couple of minutes here. I've got a bunch of random stuff going on, but I missed you a lot, and there was an okay game that happened on Saturday, so I wanted to say hi.
Hey, kind of like that okay hat.
Do you like this? Dude, I'm so pumped.
When they sponsor us, I'll be on the Quick Trip bandwagon, but not until then. I'm a Casey's guy.
I did it up. So any audio listeners, I have a Quick Trip retro trucker cap that I bought in Worthington, Minnesota this weekend that I absolutely had to own. And behind the scenes, we have tried to thanks, Darren. Behind the scenes, we have tried to get Quick Trip or Quick Star, depending on your state, as a sponsor for the pod. They had turned us down before. We all love Quick Trip. We got a couple Wisconsinites on the group, so that's why I'm wearing it.
There we go. See, Quick Trip, first one's free. So
there we go.
Is Brendan two people?
I kind of count, kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
My whole family's from there. No, my whole family's from there. So
there we go. You were the one that I was assuming. So okay.
Yeah.
My bad. I think of you as a Clark kid. So
yeah. Yes. So everyone, a Clark kid. Yes, the Shire. Okay. So
we don't need to bring up Chris.
Yeah. Okay. Gosh. So Low Ridge, whatever we're gonna call it. Juice. That's easier. Okay. We all think he would have scored, right? And Basinger just isn't big enough right now to bust it in there. Like Juice would have.
I think so. He really runs like a train when he gets some momentum. Ironic that we mentioned trains, but yeah. I mean, Basinger just doesn't seem to have quite that momentum and drive yet.
Yep,
exactly. Yet
the power of yet. Joel, Matt is a Clark kid. All right. So Dallas.
Yeah.
We've talked about pretty much everything, but what's just your general impression of the game overall?
So general impression overall was, and I've got two things that I really wanted to cover today. One, as a team, I know if you're someone involved with the team, if you're a coach, if you're a player, you're so sick of hearing about the past and this winter. I get it, but we can still talk about that a little bit. And as a fan, you look at what went down and where we're at, and teams that can go in to a tough environment, play a big time game, and come out with a damn win. I really think, ladies and gentlemen, that this is a Nashville contending team. Ooh. Now, there's a huge amount of time left. There's a million things. We have the Valley, which is hands down. Guys, the Valley is better comparatively this year than probably any year that we've seen in the last decade. The entire FCS is coming out of the Valley this year, and I'm sorry, I'm not trying to rip anybody else, but it really is. It looks like it right now.
And Tarleton.
No, it's okay. Actually, that's the third thing I want to talk about, legit. But the fact that we've done this, and I really think that we can see this and go, okay, we went into Bozeman on the Gold Rush game, and we won in double overtime. Like, this is a national title contending team.
Mm-hmm. And that's what we do. What's that? That's what we do, is beat them at their Gold Rush game.
Oh, yeah. And I was at the first one, and it was so fun. And I actually just tweeted out, and I really am looking for, like, feedback. I'm curious if, like, Montana State fans think this is a rivalry, because I love it.
Well, we got a great program. Here.
I love this fan base. Like, this is fun. Let's be rivals forever. But I also, we won most of them, so that might be skewing my opinion here. And I'm dead serious. I don't want to be like, oh, we beat them 6 of 7 times or whatever, so that makes them a rival. Like, this is fun. I like it, and I want to play this team again in Nashville. That sounds great.
That does sound
what a great time. Yeah.
So that was my first take. Teams. Yep. So that was my first take, was, okay, this is the South Dakota State Jackrabbits in 2025 here. This is a national title contending team. And I think that we just saw confirmation of that, which is unbelievable. That's so cool. Mm-hmm. After losing a third of your team and your entire coaching staff, and I get it, you're sick of hearing about it, but it still happened. So that's cool. The other thing, I don't know how far you guys are along, but talking about Lofton.
We didn't mention him much. Actually.
You haven't talked about him yet. Okay, so can I jump in?
Yeah.
Okay. So Lofton Ogroski, you go back, and I'm going to throw out some names. Jake Winicky, Zach Zenner, Dallas Goddard, Tucker Kraft. I could throw out several more. There are legends in the last 12 to 15 years that all had a game where you're like, oh shit, this guy is going to be the next guy. You get done with one, like, generation of players, and you're like, no one will be better than this guy. Mm-hmm. And then the next person comes up. Big players make giant plays in giant games. And other than a national championship game, that's as big as it gets. And he had his best game in the biggest game of the year, as, in his second year. He's going to be an absolute legend. That was unbelievable. That was huge, and I cannot wait to watch him.
Yeah, that's some high praise there.
I know. And I seriously, on my drive, I had 8 hours in the damn car today, guys, back from Manhattan, Kansas, watching the Wildcats lose to Army.
I was going to ask about that at some point.
Oh my God, it was such a fun game. Like, I really like Kansas State, but so it was a fun game. I hated that they lost, but it was an amazing game. But so I had 8 hours to think about this, and yes, I'm going to throw all those names out.
Wow.
Winicky, Goddard, Kraft, Taryn Christian. Like, I think we all have memories of like, oh, this kid's athletic. And then there's this game and you're like, oh no, this is the dude. Like, I think we just saw that with Lofton. So that's my take.
And he started as a walk-on, right? So kind of like much in the mold of the dude from up in Britain. Heck yeah. Maybe this is it. He's showing out for sure.
And I'll have to go back and look at his offers. But his were even like second tier NSIC offers. It wasn't like Mankato. It wasn't Duluth. It wasn't, Bemidji. Like, it wasn't those top programs. So very cool for him. To just showcase, I guess, on a really a national stage, like what everyone's been raving about. I gave him the game ball last week too. He's on a heater right now. But again, teams are going to figure out at some point how to slow him down. So we need that second or third option to emerge at some point, in my opinion.
The good thing, if they do have to double team him, then that allows us to game plan and open some other things up. So if they have to double team him, I mean, strictly double team.
Yep. So yeah, we just did game balls. Dallas, Chad and I mostly agreed. We said that Colin McShane or Logan Green or Noah St. Juice. Yeah, could have been really good options for the game ball. Or Joel Ullman.
Logan, so I listened to almost the entire game and got to listen to most of the fourth quarter and overtime in the car. And yeah, I was it would have been easy. I'm going to go with Logan just in terms of the timing of his sack. And I heard his heard his name on the radio broadcast a bunch. So that's why I want to give it to Logan. But yeah, I'm with you guys totally.
Yep. All right. Let's move on to Drake. We got a little bit of time here. We just did Cubbies preview segment. Good timing, Dallas. Renegade regeneration here.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
I wish I'd rather have you guys do it. That'd be more fun.
I just ordered two more packs of that hydrate because that stuff's amazing for me when I'm starting my fast. I feel so much better when I have that. Honestly, it's not just hyperbole. I'm drinking some right now.
Dude,
because I hit the energy drinks a little early in the morning, and now I'm cramping or was cramping when I was working on my shop, finishing things out. And so now I'm hitting that hydrate like it's my job.
No, so like Chad said, hydrate from Renegade Regeneration starting the supplement company and starting with a hydration formula because that's kind of like the foundation of everything, right? Like I don't care if you could be like this super competitive CrossFit athlete or you could be doing whatever
working
sports
on your
stuff,
car in your shop.
Right. Yeah. Whatever it is. Exactly. Any of those things, or being a dad and showing up for your kids, any of those things, like hydration is the foundation of it all. So hydrate by my company, Renegade Regeneration, the first thing. And we just put out a poll for a next product. The majority of people, or the biggest percentage, was actually for sleep aid, which I think fits well. So I think we're going to do that next. Otherwise, there's a pre-workout too. So we're going to look at one of those next two things. But if you are interested in trying out Renegade Regeneration Hydrate, go to renegaderegeneration.com and you can get 10% off pretty quick. Please check it out. I appreciate the support, everybody. Because honestly, in all this, my biggest support has come from JI family. Like I can tell where the orders are from. I recognize a bunch of the names from people that interact. So thanks, everybody. It means a lot.
Cool. Thanks, Dallas. All right. Drake Bulldogs. And folks, we need to pay attention to these guys. The Pioneer League is doing quite well this year.
On the up.
Reddit FCS had kind of the records through 2 weeks of how conferences are doing versus each other. And there was a lot of steam this year that the SoCon was going to be the second best or third best FCS conference, kind of replacing the CAA. That is not happening. The SoCon has lost twice to Presbyterian, a Pioneer League team, and so
they're the best team in the SoCon.
Presbyterian got votes, by the way.
Yeah,
I just saw that. In this week's poll.
Well, they've won 2 games.
Yeah.
That they weren't supposed to win.
Yep. Nope. So the team, though, guys, that has won the Pioneer League the past 2 years, the Drake Bulldogs. Their head coach is gone. He's at UNI, obviously. But they did bring in a new coach with some experience at the Division II level, Grandview, or NAIA level, Grandview. Which has been a quality program. They've won, I believe, a national championship there. And they actually, I'm looking through their game notes for Upper Iowa just to try to learn a little bit. They've only played 1 game. It was against Upper Iowa. They beat the crap out of them. They brought in a bunch of FBS transfers and actually bring back some really good receivers too. Their quarterback is a dual threat guy by the name of Chase Spellman, and that's someone that I'm keeping an eye on, I think. Again, this is against Upper Iowa, a very bad Division II program. But he was 14 of 16 for 233 yards and 2 touchdowns. And he also ran for 37 yards and 2 touchdowns. So he was originally at Tennessee State, transferred back to Drake. He was from the Kettle Moraine football program in Wisconsin, which is typically a pretty good program. So I'm curious to watch him play. But these Drake guys, these Drake players, a lot of them have played in the FCS playoffs. We played them at Target Field probably. They're not just going to back down. Like, we are going to have to show up for this one and play. Hopefully we can, take care of them early. But it wouldn't shock me if they hung around in this one for a while.
No, I'm with you there. I wanted to make sure that, we didn't act like, well, we're not going to pay attention to this, because should we win the game? Yes, of course. But if you dink around and you're not prepared at all, this could be a game at halftime, and then suddenly we're not doing what we think we should be doing with this. And honestly, even Upper Iowa, and I'm not, this isn't a Northern Sun pod, but I live in Mankato, and I've got a lot of guys that have played for Mankato West that are in the Northern Sun, and that's one of the best, if not the best, Division II league in the country. And I think Upper Iowa last year was like a 6-win team, 7-win team. I mean, so they're not. Again, I'm just saying they're not like they're not playing a junior college, and then they just beat the crap out of them, because we just saw this weekend over. You cross over. There's levels to this. But like we saw a D3 school beat, was it a Pioneer League? There was a non-scholarship team that got beat by a D3 team.
Yeah. Hey, and I was wrong. So they were 7-4 last year. You're right.
7-4. Okay.
And
so
they were not good. I went, ooh.
Historically, he's not. No, Matt. I mean, Matt's not wrong. Right. Historically, the Cox have not been a great. Stiffen Up Cox is the best cheer, by the way, for Upper Iowa.
Yep.
Dude, I love it.
They are peacocks. We need to let them fly.
Yes, they're the Cox, Stiffen Up Cox. Also, Northern Sun football, the Cox versus the Beavers is one of the best matchups in college football. It's so fun.
They probably don't play that often anymore.
I hope.
Because Upper Iowa's in the GLVC. They're no longer in the NSIC.
Oh, they're not? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're in the GLVC.
Oh,
this is their
they've
third
been in
year.
Mankato recently.
Oh, out of conference now. Probably.
Out of conference.
My bad. Didn't know.
I just wonder if there's a stab the
careful. All right.
My high school coach was a pitcher for the Cox, and I know every cheer for Upper Iowa, and it's great. Okay.
But so a couple things to look at. Gosh. Drake did rush for 218 yards in that game. Mentioned the quarterback had 2 touchdowns. That's something to watch. They only averaged 4.2 yards a carry. So they were really trying to be physical with the Upper Iowa team, but still 4.2 per carry. Not good, not great, but it's fine. And then Upper Iowa passed. They actually had some success through the air, 201 yards passing through the air. Almost no success running the ball, only 16 yards on 18 attempts. That's not a good average, folks, on that one. So
which makes me wonder with the defense that we've got. I mean, would you even try to run the ball? I don't think.
I don't think so. I think we're going to see they're going to come up past, because that's what they did to us at Target Field. Remember, they scored on 2 big long pass plays right away, wasn't it? Or was it? Did they score? They scored 1 for sure.
It was 1 for sure, and I think it was 2. I think it was 2 drives, because we were like, "What is this going to be a game?" And then we just mud stomped them from that point on. So.
Yep. So again, folks, don't get too worked up right away if this thing is kind of questionable. This is a big game for them. Chance to knock off, or a chance to play and attempt to knock off the number 2 team in the country.
The chance to knock off a Missouri Valley team will come the following week.
Yep.
That's correct.
Yeah.
and my money's on the fighting Ray Gronowski's then.
There we go.
A different shade of blue.
That's right. Okay, should we do some predictions? And predictions are sponsored by Northwestern Mutual, right, Chad?
Northwestern Mutual, that's correct.
Yeah.
I just got to get it up here. Sorry.
So Northwestern Mutual. Hey, you know what? This got announced by one of Kevin's people. So we should be able to announce
officially.
Yeah.
We can chase the cure. Hashtag chase the cure.
I even retweeted it. So it sounds like FCS Nation Radio, one of their contributors tweeted that Chase Mason is the representative for South Dakota State for the Alex's Lemonade Stand Challenge. So super excited about that. Who knew? So that's good. Excited
it was
about
that.
Be
Chase Mantle.
Yeah, right. But thank you to Chris Schenkel and his team down in Sioux Falls for all they do. They have a tremendous internship program. We had Ryan McKnight on a couple weeks ago with that. He works at SDSU as well, and he says that that's one of the top internships. We've heard from Quentin Hicks, Brian Williams in the past. They were both interns with him. Aiden Bauman recently was like an intern with them too. All had great experiences. And so just excited for that partnership to continue. But you personally, if you need help with your retirement or anything like that, life insurance, whatever it may be, they can help you with your savings goals. So thank you, Chris, and your team. And good luck, Chase. We can't wait to raise some money on your behalf. Win this big bad thing. Our acting skills are great, Darren.
Yeah, I don't know. What's acting? What are we acting about?
Yeah. Jeez. All right. So I get to go first for offense this week.
All right.
Yeah. I always go last, so it's my turn, guys.
Yeah, no, it's good, man.
I am predicting James Basinger as our offensive player of the week.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I like it.
Dallas?
I put zero thought into this, guys. I was really hoping.
You say that every week.
I know, but it's because it's the truth.
And Dallas is frozen.
Oh no, he's
back. I'll just pretend to be frozen. No, you know what? Let's
do that on the B team.
No.
They won't know because they don't watch this.
Give me Chase Mason. Yeah, they don't bother to watch us. Give me Chase. I would like to see us be surgical and light this game up in the first half, hand it off, and give a bunch of guys some reps. So give me Chase.
Okay, Chad.
I think he's the obvious choice, Chase Mason. We're gonna try and throw the ball and keep our guys from running and contact. So get those receivers some reps, live reps against another team.
I just put up Brian Dick says Delahoyde, and I love that pick. That was so exciting to see him make that play last week. And that's someone that we've heard about from the time he committed, of just being an absolute freak FBS level athlete on the squad who just needed, continue to progress and learn the game and get in the spot where he can make plays. Like, I would love to see that huge play, game-winning play, giant situation for Delahoyde be the platform that just kind of launches his career from here on out that we talk about. So I like that pick, Brian.
You know what? I would love to pick a tight end, but I feel like I've been burned so much the last couple of years picking a tight end and then them not doing anything that I'm not going to until one of them truly breaks out. Not going to pick them.
Okay.
Okay. Defense. Dallas, let's just go with you. Who are you taking on defense?
I want to see Kobe Claiborne just annihilate some dudes for 3 quarters and then take his pads off and be a cheerleader.
There we go. Chad?
Well, I'm going to go Chase Mantle because he gets a full game to show what he can do, and we aren't going to need him after the first half.
Okay.
That's my hope. See, okay, so in my defense too, in this game, the reason why I said I hadn't put thought into it was because I really would like to take in a second or third string guy as a standout to kind of, give an indication to what next year and the following year might look like, but I had not done that yet.
Mm-hmm. All right, and for me, I am going with Matt Goring. I think he's going to get quite a bit of run. So, yeah. Nice. All right. Score prediction, Chad.
Oh, I'm going to say 42 good guys, 10 the other guys that aren't as good.
And
is that the exact same score, Dallas?
It actually
was. and mine was off on the fly. I didn't even think ahead. I was processing as I
We're thinking the same thing. All right.
Yeah. I was going like 42-13 is where I was at. So, Dallas?
All right, so I'm going to take the over then. I'm guessing I'm going 48. 48-10.
48-10. Okay. There we go. Oh, lots of.
Okay. That's a big score, Chris.
55.
Well, it is. And
are we gonna get a Culver's 50 Butterburger?
That'd be all right.
Absolutely could. The thing is, it's hard to pick. You look at, there was a bunch of lopsided scores all across the board in college football this weekend, FBS, FCS, and it's so hard to take a score over about 40 because you don't know what the coach is thinking.
Yes, exactly.
Right? I mean, that's what it all hinges on, right? I mean, we could all go, well, we should win 70-3. Okay, sure, but why?
Well,
there's no reason.
But we could get up by 3 scores and use it. I mean, assuming these guys are kind of where we think we are in comparison, I want to give them credit because I think they are a good team.
No,
but assuming we get up 3 scores,
yep.
Assuming we get up 3 scores, we can use it as someone to play against to evaluate the talent, develop the talent beyond the ones.
Yep,
it is.
And those guys are talented too on our team. They are.
Yep. No, it is. It's really like, okay, so the ones that come in a game like this, it's the same thing as if we were playing a higher level FBS team. If the higher level FBS team doesn't think that they need to take it seriously, then suddenly it's a game at halftime and everything goes out the window. If you look at Montana State is a very good football team. Oregon did not overlook them, and Oregon kicked the shit out of them, right? Yep. If Oregon would have overlooked them like they did with with Idaho the year before, Montana State would have been a 10-point game with Oregon this year.
Yep.
But it wasn't because the guys that came in that, it's a different level and they took care of business, and then it gets out of hand early. So like that's what has to happen. Right. And again, I respect Drake. I'm not like, I like Drake. I'm glad we have him signed. I think they've done some great things, and I think the Pioneer League is actually going to make a few waves this year. So,
yeah, 100% agree.
Yep.
All right. I guess a couple things we talked about already. Get to Wooden Legs. Let's buy out Garage Time. Let's get that done. Let's get to Cubby's and get the game day burger, and then come tailgate with us in the backyard. It's going to be fun. We're in the northeast corner of the backyard. Right by the entrance gate. So it's going to be a blast. Happy Beef Bowl. Anything else, Dallas, Chad?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're guaranteed to have some beef at our tailgate spot.
Yep.
I mean, because I'll be there.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah, my weekend plans aren't set yet, but I'm hoping. I'm
hoping really?
I hope so. We'll see.
Okay, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, it'd be great. We could get you some of that Garage Time beer.
Fingers crossed. I know, right? So, oh God, somebody's got to save me that if I don't make it there in time.
Oh, Johnny's asking. Johnny says, what do you have to do to sponsor? Johnny, email jackrabbit.illustrated@gmail.com. We have one show sponsorship left, and it's for the Brendan and Borg show. So you're definitely going to be talking to some degenerates there and some people that are mowing their yard on a Sunday morning. So
I don't think you're going to mow your yard at 2 a.m. But anyway, not in the city of Sioux Falls.
That's so absurd that they went 2 hours and there's people at 1 a.m. or whatever. There's like 100 people watching that live. What is going on?
It was like 2:18. It was pretty close to 2.5 hours.
No way.
So
I can't do it. I've never watched that show live, and I've told Brendan this. I cannot. I don't stay up that late.
Oh, funny. What Carter Nold also said, we're wearing black. I expect a closer results.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
it's
right.
a blackout game.
Yep.
Oh,
we're gonna have a ton of people.
Everyone hates on the black jerseys. Knock it off.
It's a great game to have a blackout. We're not playing NDSU.
It's I like it. Let's do it. I have zero issues with it. I don't know what everyone's remembering. I mean, okay, so Augie didn't go. We didn't blow out Augie by 1,000 points. I mean, come on. The Montana State game was phenomenal against a good team. Like, come on.
All right, may have convinced me. I'll wear black.
Do it.
Awesome.
Wear black. I don't care what you normally wear to games. Wear a black shirt. Come on.
Hey, I wish we could have our blackout game late in the season. Where
it's gonna be roasty, toasty.
Us fat kids on the east side are gonna get fried. I'm gonna be dripping all this Hadrick Ranch bacon grease that I got. Not bacon, but beef grease.
Tallow.
I'm gonna be giving it back to the gods. That's mine. I earned.
Oh my gosh. If you all this clothing, this talk makes me think of. I did send in our new logos to our screen printer. So watch our store. We'll update when our new logos are on the shirts for you to look. We had some requests for that. So
can I get one?
Yeah, sure. JackRabbitIllustrated.com. Click on our store page. Yeah. Awesome.
I want some JI swag. I've never had any.
It's a great place to buy some black gear if you don't already have your black gear.
But that's true.
It won't arrive likely in time. So
I think you could pay extra, can't you?
I don't know. I could probably deliver it too. So if you order something, I'll let you guys know on that. Actually, I'll talk to my person and maybe I could bring it down. All right, Chad, we made it an hour. We said we weren't going to.
This is wild. Just because Dallas helped.
This is Dallas's fault. Yeah. So, all right. Thank you everyone for being here. This has been awesome.
I got to go back and watch the Mankato East film now.
Hey, there we go. And with that, go big, go blue, go
Jack.